Christian went to Medina to Umar bin Khattab, the second caliph of Islam, radiallahu anh, and said to him, I seek protection. The caliph told him, you are protected. What is the matter? The boy said, I raised Muhammad bin Amr bin al-As and won, and he hit me and said, take it from me, and I am the son of honorable people. Umar the Caliph summoned Amr bin al-As and his son from Egypt. When they reached, he said to the Coptic boy, is this the one that hit you? He answered in affirmative. And Umar the Khalifa told him in turn to hit his aggressor, saying, hit the son of honorable people. Umar then spoke to his ruler, the father, and said his famous quote, since when did you enslave people and they were born free? Amr bin al-As said, O Caliph, I didn't know about this incident and nobody came to me. Muslims are also forbidden to do any injustice at any time. They are commanded to deal justly with all people and at all times, even to their enemies and even during war times. Allah the Almighty said, O ye who believe, be steadfast witness for Allah in equity, and let not hatred for any people seduce you that you deal not justly to them. Deal justly. That is near to your duty. And fear Allah, for Allah is well acquainted with all that you do. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5, verse 8. Muslims practiced this in their lives. For example, in the treaty that Umar the Khalifa made with the Christians in Jerusalem, he stipulated, this is the peace guarantee that is given to the people of Jerusalem. They have protection for themselves and their properties, their churches and their crosses, standing still or in wreckage, and to all their religious community. No one else shall live in their churches, nor the churches are demolished, nor any part of it taken from them, nor any part of its land taken from them. They shall not be forced against their religion, and no one among them shall be harmed. Another point in this is that protection of rights and properties is guaranteed to all citizens and not just to Muslims, as we will see after this short break. So stay with us and remember to email us on understandingislam@dmi.ae with the topics you would like to see covered. Welcome back. Brothers and sisters, in Islam, protection of rights and properties is guaranteed not just to Muslims, but to all people living with Muslims. The Messenger ﷺ guaranteed the rights of non-Muslims living among Muslims and warned against any transgression towards them. He ﷺ said, anyone who does injustice to a mu'ahid, a non-Muslim living among Muslims, or aggrieves him, or belittles him, or overburdens him, or takes from him anything without voluntary consent, I will be his opponent in the hereafter. The Messenger of God, Muhammad ﷺ, was exemplary in this regard. He received Christian delegations and allowed them to enter his mosque and stay inside the mosque. The Messenger ﷺ even allowed the Christians to perform their own worship inside his mosque. When Asham, or the Levant region, came under the Islamic rule, Umar the Khalifa refused to enter the churches and pray in them. When he was asked why he refused that, he wisely answered, I feared that some Muslims might take that as an excuse and turn them into masajids, places of worship for Muslims. He feared for the welfare of the non-Muslims. They might be affected if he enters their churches. And in another incident, Umar saw a poor old Jewish man begging from people. So Umar the Khalifa spoke to him kindly and ordered a monthly allowance from the state's money to be paid to him. There are countless other proofs that Islam is a religion that believes in peaceful coexistence and promotes such peace and coexistence among all people and nations. A religion that teaches people to protect human dignity and exhorts them to treat each other with respect, kindness, and generosity. The Messenger Muhammad ﷺ taught people who is the real Muslim and the real believer. And he said, a Muslim is the one from whom others are safe from harm by his action or speech. And the believer is the one to whom people entrust their lives and their properties. That is why many Jews and Christians have been living within the Islamic states in the Arab Peninsula, Levant, Egypt, Iraq, Morocco, and Yemen, and many others. Many of them continue to live there until today. Islam believes that people are created pure, with no intrinsic enmity between them. The normal human nature that God created does not lead to hatred among people, because actually this nature calls for love, support, and happiness, which can be obtained only by peaceful coexistence among nations. Allah the Almighty says, this is the natural disposition Allah instilled in mankind. There is no altering to Allah's creation. That is the right religion. But most people do not understand. Surah Rum 30, verse 30. Islam is a global religion for humanity, under which people can live in peace and security, as Islam protects people's interests and benefits, regardless of their faith or race. The world today lacks peace and security, maybe more than any previous time. So, can we really live in peace? Can people live happily? Can people coexist without harm, injustice, or prejudice? Yes, they can. If people do have a real desire and work hard for peaceful coexistence and mutual interest and understanding without greed, selfishness, and political agendas, yes, they can. There are basic needs for all people. And the Messenger Muhammad ﷺ pointed to them when he said, whoever wakes up healthy, feeling safe and secure, and having food for the day, it is as if he had gained the whole world. Every human being needs these three basic necessities: health, security, and food. No one can enjoy life without having the basic needs. Those in charge of nations should work hard to provide people with these needs, because having the basic needs and necessities assures that people live in peaceful coexistence and feel happy and tranquil. Mercy and compassion are also important in peaceful coexistence, as the Messenger ﷺ encouraged Muslims to do and made it part of their religion, when he ﷺ said, if you show mercy to those on earth, He who is in the heaven, Allah the Almighty, will show mercy to you. From these proofs, we have seen that the true Islam calls for peaceful coexistence between all sections of society, seeks to promote dialogue and peaceful interaction among individuals and people, and to ensure an honorable and safe life to all humanity in a state of the hostile relations that sometimes prevail. The true faith of Islam affirms the principle of dialogue and coexistence and rejects all causes of extremism and fanaticism. We need to spread the culture of mercy and compassion among people and nations in order to achieve peaceful coexistence, which is indeed one of the goals and principles of Islam. Dear viewers, thank you for watching, and see you next week, inshallah, God willing. As always, if you want your questions answered, email us at understandingislam@dmi.ae. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you, and the mercy of Allah and His grace.